Everyone talks about clarity, but here's what I want you to know. Clarity alone does not sell. Okay. So in this video, I want to break down what's going to really help you to be able to attract those ideal fit clients, the people who are absolutely perfect for you and you are perfect for them. Okay. So clarity, first of all, is absolutely essential. Every time I do a session with clients, I just finished a 2-day retreat just at the weekend, and this is something that we talked a lot about. Like clarity is so powerful because when you really finally nail what it is that you do, the problem you solve, and who you solve it for, like it can just feel like this moment of utter relief because you got to go, oh, that's what I do, right? So it is absolutely essential. However, this is the bit that I want you to really pay attention to, right? And take to heart and really think about this. Because when you've got that clarity around the problem that you solve, right? As in what it is that you actually do for your clients, what makes you stand out is not the clarity, but it's the distinction. Okay. And what I mean by that is, what is it that would make them pick you over 9 other people that do something similar, right? So let's take the example of a website designer, right? So you kind of go, right, okay, well, I design really beautiful, eye-catching websites. You go, great. There's a lot of those people out there. So what is going to make you distinctive? And this is something that I know a lot of business owners really struggle with because it can be really hard, right? Because you're thinking about it from your perspective and you've probably got years of experience and you're just too close to it, right? That's the bottom line. You're just too close to it. And I know even from the retreat and when I'm doing sessions with clients, I often get the feedback of like, you just nailed it. You kind of just distilled it and captured the essence of it. And that's because I'm on the outside, right? And I'm looking in, right? Have you ever heard of the saying, like, you can't read the label from inside the jar? If I'm holding, imagine you're the jam jar and I'm holding you up and there's the label, I can read it, you can't, right? And so this is really interesting because so often we try and fix things and, kind of create all of these things in our heads and we go round and round and round in this like mushy soup. And it really does feel like just sometimes it feels like treacle. Like, and I think I shared a previous example, an example in a previous video rather, of a client who was like, I have been going round and round in my head for the last 18 months, and you nailed it in 20 minutes, right? So, and it's because you're trying to figure it out, you're trying to come up with the answer, right? From the same energy that's kind of created the problem, right? Einstein always said that, you can't get a solution or find a solution when you're sitting in the energy of the problem. Abraham Hicks talks about this, and it is so true. And here's why, when you go for a walk or you go for a shower and you suddenly get ideas popping into your head and you're like, oh my God, that was genius, right? It's because you're not sitting in the energy of the problem, right? So that's always my little tip. If you're really struggling and thinking and thinking and thinking, like stop thinking and go for a walk, get some fresh air, right? But what's really important here is, especially if you are looking to charge premium and work fewer hours, that's what I do. That's what I help with my clients in the world of tiny time big results. I help you to attract those higher paying clients so you can work fewer hours. When you are attracting those premium clients, they are looking for the distinction. They want to know why you. So it was interesting as we were wrapping up the retreat and I was sharing about how I create my content and how I, plan my week and all of this kind of stuff. And the ladies were kind of getting a little bit like, and how long does it take you to do that? And I was like, oh, it was giving a specific example. And I was like, about half an hour. And one of the ladies practically fell off her seat and she was like, wow, And it was so funny because it was that moment now that retreat was called Embody and Earn. And I was like, I like to think that I'm the embodiment of tiny time, big results. And that's what I teach, right? Because I want to help you get really amazing results, but without it sucking up tons and tons of your time. And I've been doing this for a very long time. So I'm really good at it. And I'm okay to say that to you, right? But here's the thing, right? When if you watch any of the other videos, if you listen to the podcast, if you read my book, if you read any of my content, right? I'm showing you why you would choose me as a potential coach over somebody else, right? Because I'm giving you all the reasons why you should come and work with me, right? And that is what makes it distinctive. So, kind of give you an example, a couple of things that will make you really distinctive. If you've got your proprietary frameworks, that's one of the things that I help my clients do is to design their proprietary frameworks. I can just barely say it there, right? The thing that makes you unique, right? So you're not just sitting there being very generic and coach-like and saying, well, where are you and where would you like to be? And let's just have a chat. No, that's not how we do things. That's not how you make yourself distinctive, right? And I want you really to think about this, even from a messaging perspective, even from your offers, the way that you market, you've got to make yourself distinctive. And this is what I call your expert edge, because you're brilliant at what you do. You have a ton of experience, a ton of talent and experience, but we've got to be able to package it and position it in a way that makes someone say, that's the one for me, and I must go and work with her. If you would like to know how I can help you to do that, then click the link below, book a call. Let's have that conversation, and I will see you next time. Take care.